Hi everyone, it's been a few months and I will return to the wound healing series. Wanted to step away from that for a moment and do something a bit different because it's something that has been a focus for me, and to place I've made material for the wound healing series, and it's an ongoing series that the more I develop, the more I documented and developed it, the more that information and research came to light. So we will return to that soon. I'm going to do a review today on a planner in terms of like time management or productivity and daily planning. I found this planner to be amazing. It's called the LUX productivity planner. I use a few different planners for a few different reasons, and this is one of them. I've been using this one for a few months. You can get it from Amazon. I'll put a link down below. And I love this planner. It has a really, really good format. So this, and I don't know if you're able to see. It's kind of, I'll show you the main page. There are a couple of different pages in there. This is just a blank page. You've got your daily planning there. You put your date, so it's undated. It's in bullet point format. And you can see it's all dots, so there's no lines. So you put your date there. You select what day of the week it is. In future I'll try and put this down so you can sort of see what it's like. It's better. You put your most important tasks there, critical tasks. You put your other tasks down below that. You put the wins of the day, so it allows you to celebrate any accomplishments that you've made throughout the day, progress towards goals, exercise, and how much you have drunk, if you want to include that. You check that you've migrated the task for tomorrow. What I tend to do there, just in that tick box there, is I put the number of tasks, if there are any outstanding tasks planned for the day. I think that is how they have a little instruction at the front. I think that's what they say. You can either tick or you can just put the number, and you put this productivity score written on the tasks that you've done. So like I said, they include instructions at the front on how to use it. And they have like financial planning, savings, notes, ideas and lists, project planning, financial tracker. It's very good for so many reasons. They've got these pages of quotes as well to give you something to think about, to keep you motivated. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, for example, and that's by Wayne Gretzky. So at the front you have brief overview of setting goals and daily planning. You can go on Amazon and kind of just check some of the pages out in closer details. So if I try and put it here, like you've got a place to put long-term goals, and you make them SMART. You put the main goal and you put the milestones, the planned start date, actual start date, planned completion date, actual completion date. You've got your month at a glance. Just go to an empty one. This is, I think, can be used for up to 6 months if you use it daily. If you don't, it can be a year, over a year. So that's your month at a glance. I use it with a pencil because I find it useful to draw and erase and change. However, once a page is written, I don't necessarily I leave it written So you have your project planner there, and you've got task, who, and the dates. You have a key for complete and incomplete. You've got your financial. That's your notes. It's just blank, dotted. It's like a bullet journal. Get your savings page. You put a bar. This like financial tracker. I'm just trying to show you as much of the contents before. And then you have, it has the contents of the front page as well. So it shows you what page everything starts on. And you can fill in dates and any information there. So it has some tips on making SMART goals, which are really useful for anyone who wants to know if their goals are clear enough. It outlines a little bit. And this has been so useful that I've been using it in my other planners, this system of checking if a task has been done or still needs doing or has been cancelled. I've actually adopted it to, like, even if I have just a clean notepad, I still use this. So I use a bullet point, you put a tick to say it's complete, you put an arrow, it would be like the greater than symbol. And then that means it hasn't been processed yet and it's still important. Let's go with this way here. This arrow there, the output arrow, that is like it's increased in importance, so it's been upgraded to a critical task from like an average task, and then the cross means it's been deleted or dropped. And then there's a bit of information there about the other sections in the daily plan. Let me see, yeah. So today's wins, exercise and water, schedule, progress goals. And that's, let's see, like an example of the daily planner. And then at the end of the week, if you've 7 days, if you've done it for 7 consecutive days, even if you haven't, I found that you can still use this reflection pretty well. Like I averaged out every 2 weeks I would come to a reflection when I use this consistently. However, if I do a reflection and it hasn't been consistently, I can reflect just for the dates covered. Like I'm not going to use a page. I'm not going to jump from, say, if it's the beginning of the year, the 1st of January, and then 3 days later, the 3rd of January, on the next page over. Like I'm not going to skip pages, so it's going to be chronological, even if I miss days. If that, like, I'm not going to have July in the middle of a May week. So, unless I haven't used it from May to July. So I find I can still use this reflection on last week. I just change the week to the time period that it's been. So if it's been like roughly 4 weeks, that's a reflection of last month, and so on and so forth. Reflection of last fortnight, reflection of last period. Like say there's like something, there was a course you're doing that you use this planner for specifically, and it was a 6-week course. You could put reflection on last 6 weeks or reflection on course. So biggest wins of last week, things to be grateful for, distractions and how to reduce them, self-improvement ideas, put it like this, goals for a week ahead. It's all written in week. If you are not doing it as a week, this part here, it says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you're doing it in 2 weeks, that is, if you're doing it a factor of a week, that can still be filled out to the ratio of the weeks that you've done, and I found that useful. And same with that one. And if it's not sort of a factor of a weekly basis, then you just kind of have to adjust or skip that up. Reward for hitting goals, and check next week's schedules, and sort of how confident you feel with that one, and some explanation for each part, and just some pointers. It doesn't have to be to a T. So yeah, and you've got your month at a glance. It just gives you some guides on how to use it. I tend to put just birthdays and special events. Finance tracker. There, some guides on how to use it, which is really useful as well. Yeah, so you just put like on here they put the month, and they just put the date, the category, description, whether it was cash or credit or debit card, amount and balance remaining after. It's good. You can use a negative sign to signal expenditure and a positive sign to signal income. So it's not like you having. I also use Excel for finance tracking because I can use Excel on my phone. I find that helpful. Savings. So if you're working towards something, you can kind of break it down, and when you hit a milestone, fill it in. And then project planner, which you can do for multiple things, for work, for business, for studies. You can kind of like break down who's doing what. You can change the who category. So for example, task and who and by when. You could put task, if the project has sub areas, you can put like different area. I find this quite easy to change and adjust to needs, and then the notes, ideas, and lists, and that's pretty much the content and the quote. There's like every 20 pages. There are other reviews on YouTube on this planner. Did I watch them before or after I bought it? I don't remember. Yeah, so they are all like spread out. These pages, like the daily pages, are the most common one. You get the reflection page and then a little note page after the reflection page, which helps you, if you need any more space, you run out. I'll show you a blank page. So you've run out and you need some more space on reflection, or if you just want to make notes from anything that's happened that week. I found this really useful for making say I'm asking questions on a certain topic, or I'm trying to do a financial breakdown. I've used it for many reasons. I'm doing research or studies, and it's just like key ideas of say projects. Yeah, I've used it for many reasons. I've done like spider diagrams and the notes ideas list, and so many endless ways that they can be used. And I really like, after a while, I think the first entry here was in February or January, 4th of February. Yeah, February. I love how I can go back and view everything in one place. So I know that if there's like something important, if I put it here, the first one I did actually was because I either write in shorthand or I use abbreviations. I had a table of abbreviations. That's the first thing I did in my notes page of common abbreviations that were going to be in the first note page. In there. So yeah, I found it really useful. I did long-term goals, and I have accomplished quite a lot of them. It helps to have them on paper. Obviously, with life, it's like lots of changes happen. You just have to have that aim, something to work towards, and know why it matters to you, and where you stand in your principles, values, and priorities. So I think it's a really nice place to keep that all together, and it's made in such a way that it's really easy to amend, format. It does come, in fact, I'm making note of this. It does come with a place to put a pen. Mine broke, and now I just put the pencil on the page that I have used recently, or that I'm going to be using next. And then it comes with two of these. You can see there's one, there's two. Yeah. And at the back it has a pocket to put any loose cards, papers, see, just like that. So yeah, I love this planner. Like I said, I use a few different planners for a few different reasons, and it has really helped and still helps. Like, I don't have to use a daily. That's one of the amazing things. Like, other planners I bought, I know there's like some years, I'm just gonna put it down a second. Some years I bought a planner that is like a daily use planner, and then I've misplaced it, or I was not able to get to a daily, and I kind of felt like I didn't get the full use of that planner. So, it was not a good investment. Like, if I miss a date, like maybe later on I'll use it just to make notes. It's not particularly pertaining to that day. It could be, though not always. So yeah, if you are looking for a planner, productivity planner can be an adjacent to your diary or journal or calendar, online calendar, this is a very good one. There's another planner that I will do a review on that I use with this, that really ties everything together nicely. That is a COVID planner. So yeah, I hope that you find something helpful, and take care. Be well, blessings and best.